So today, February 17th, we enter into the year of the horse. And whether you follow the lunar calendar or not, this symbolism is powerful and it's not meant to be ignored. Okay. So we are being handed some really powerful energy here. Why not harness it? Okay. A fire horse year only happens once every 60 years. Okay. Once in your lifetime, essentially. So why should you care? Okay. Because it carries potent energy that you can use to tap into to create desired change in your life, in your relationships, in your career, in your finances, in your health, and your well being. Okay. So the fire horse year carries the energy of bold change and rapid action and breaking old patterns and creative expansion and freedom over fear and truth over approval, right? It doesn't support half decisions. Okay. It amplifies your intentions. It exposes stagnation. It rewards courage and truth and forward movement. And here's what I find really interesting about it is that the fire energy also amplifies what is unresolved. Okay. Which means that this isn't just a year to go bigger. It's a year to get honest. Okay. And to help you align and capitalize on this energy, here's the questions I want to offer you so that you can step into this fire horse energy with clarity, with intention, with direction, and with truth. Okay. So, first, I want to ask you, what is the new identity you want to step into? Okay. What is the new identity that you want to step into? You want to get clear on this because you're always being somebody. Why not be the somebody that you want to be? Okay. Be intentional with your life. Be intentional with who you decide to be. I will tell you that there was a time in my life when I was not intentional with who I wanted to be. I actually didn't realize, I didn't understand that it was up to me. I just thought that life happened and I reacted, right? I was just navigating whatever life was throwing at me. I was constantly living in reaction. Okay. And it felt powerless. It was exhausting. And it felt very empty because I was missing from my life. Right. Then I heard a quote from Jim Rohn, and it said something like, if you don't have a plan for your life, you'll end up in someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not fucking much. Okay. And I'm sure Jim Rohn didn't say it that way. That's how I'm saying it, right? But he was right, right? When I looked around at my life, I was like, whoa, whose life is this? Like, it's really working for them, and it's really working for them, and it's really working for them. But where am I in this life, right? Where am I in this life that's mine? I wasn't taking responsibility for my life, right? I wasn't choosing my life. I wasn't deciding my life. I wasn't deciding who I wanted to be. Okay. And I will tell you, there's no better time to start doing that than now, right? Especially when you can ride the wave of the energy of the fire horse. Okay. So that's the first question I want you to answer for yourself. Like, what is the new identity I want to step into? Because that is a choice you get to make. Okay. And then to really free yourself to be able to like step fully into that, I have two more powerful questions for you. Okay. And the first one is, what part of me needs to be forgiven, grieved, or released so I can move forward free? Okay. What part of me needs to be forgiven, grieved, or released so I can move forward free? Okay. This is a really important and deep question, but I promise you, you will feel so much freer when you get real with yourself and answer this question. Okay. Because we have to get out of our own way, right? If we're still carrying things that we haven't forgiven ourselves for, or still carrying grief that we haven't processed, or resentment, or anger, or another heavy emotion that we haven't released, then what we're doing essentially is just dragging all of that stuff from our past and plunking it right down into our present and letting it contaminate our present just like it did our past, right? You're paying the toll twice. Okay. So get honest with yourself and answer the question: what part of me needs to be forgiven, grieved, or released so I can move forward free? Okay. You'll free up so much energy and so much space in your brain for the woman you're deciding to be. Okay. The second question that you want to ask yourself is, where am I still waiting for permission to become who I already know I am? Okay. Where am I still waiting for permission to become who I already know I am? Okay. Again, super powerful question. In this year of forward movement, knowing yourself becomes the stabilizer. Okay. Because bold action without self knowing just becomes burnout. And we've all had enough of that. Okay. And freedom without self clarity becomes chaos. And reinvention without self healing just becomes repetition, right? We're just living the same year again. Okay. But forward movement rooted in self understanding and intention, now that becomes evolution. That becomes growth. That becomes change. That's what creates the results that you want. Okay. A life that is yours, a life that you're excited and proud to live. Okay. But you cannot sprint into expansion carrying that old resentment, that unprocessed grief, or outdated identities. Okay. It's time to decide a new identity that you want to step into, claim it, right? And then free yourself by forgiving yourself, grieving and releasing what needs to let go. Okay. And noticing where you might still be waiting, okay, for someone else maybe to give you permission to be who you are or to be who you decide to be. Okay. That self-awareness is key. Okay. The fire horse does not wait. Okay. It doesn't tiptoe. It does not stay small so others can stay comfortable. And neither should you. Okay. It's time to start trusting your own instincts. So just like the fire horse, you can then run free. You can like fully be who you want to be. You can live the life you're here to live. Okay. So take the reins. And if you'd like support, this is the exact process, the exact work that we do inside my group program, The Magnificent Circle. And you're welcome to join us. You can check out the show notes for the link. And until next time, remember, you're in the driver's seat of your life, and you're not here to dim, delay, or disconnect from yourself. You're here to feel fully alive and choose the road that lights you up. So gas up the Pontiac and let's ride.